Hello, hello, everybody. So, Caliban. He's kind of crazy. I've actually got 3 separate builds for him. The first one is a subsume over his 4 and gave him parasitic armor. That turns his shields into armor. It's 278% of my shields becomes armor. I'm subsuming over his 4. I mean, it's a little bit of a geb. His 4 is actually, all of his abilities are really good. But keeping his progeny in Gyre is more important. And Sentient's Wrath literally makes enemies vulnerable to damage. So, I mean, his 4 is really good too, but if I had anything to remove, unfortunately, that would be it for this build. Other than that, the idea is you throw on some adaptation for some damage reduction. Give, as much ability strength as you can get. Pump up your shields, because the more shields you got, the more armor you have. And that's pretty much it. It's all about shield capacity. Just for a little bit of a demonstration, 4K armor becomes 12K shields. Or, sorry, the other way around. 4K shields becomes 12K armor. That quick. And yeah, they're hitting me directly in the face. But it's not that bad. It's really not. And you don't have to have your shields full when you do this either, believe it or not. You see how little damage they deal to me? I mean, I may only have 300 life, but it doesn't really matter. And the second parasitic armor goes off cooldown, you immediately hit it again. It makes you invincible, while it does a little switch. Now, occasionally, that'll happen. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, all of these are Xmas units. They're all 175. And I'm face tanking. I'm not trying to actually avoid them. If you're playing on your A game, you're probably never going to get hit anyway. And with a build like that, what you do is use a different setup. So when I'm using that particular build, I use the Basmu, the Furus, and the Harudu. All those weapons heal you. So you just parasitic armor, and the Harudu even increases your maximum HP. Daxton's a pussy, it's okay. He'll come back. I use Taxton for my other builds, and for this one I normally use the Panzer Volpaya for the viral damage. But it works really well. He can pretty much phase tank most anything. 12k armor stops a lot of damage. And then adaptation on top of it. Geyer can heal you. Like, so. It's pretty baller. I'll probably swap out Augurs Secrets for Archon Intensify at some point. Just a matter of, formatting everything the way I want. Or just, But, build 2. Once again, we subsumed over R4. But in this case, it's a shield gating build for Master Summons. So whenever you use a shield gating build, right, you need Fortitude, Fast Deflection, Vigilante Vigor, and Catalyzing Shields. The idea is you want to bring your shields down as low as you can get them. Because the lower they are, the easier they are to actually heal. The quicker you get your shield gate back. Rolling Guard gives you an extra, a couple seconds. If your shield gate gets broken, you can roll, and then it'll give you the time to get your shield back. But shield gating builds aren't perfect. You will get downed. It will happen. And it can happen pretty frequently. So Master Summons lets me use a pet that reses me. Normally Taxton, or I usually use Taxton just because he heals shields naturally. So like, using Taxton makes my shield gate refinish faster. And then build 3. Build 3 is shield gating build as well in a way, but it's all about the Augurs. So instead of zooming over my 4, I assumed over here. The idea, the sentients are really good, and they heal your shields, do extra damage. I like them. I do. Subsuming over them is a pain, but I did it because we're auguring. I don't need them to fill my shield gates. What I need to fill my shield gates is casting abilities. So we use all the Augurs that we can get. That includes swapping your weapon set specifically for it. Also, if I'm using a shield gating build at all, I use the Dark Dagger. With the Azima, it has more Augurs. And then for these builds, I use the Latron as my primary weapon. That's going to be the damage dealing end of my stick. But when you're auguring, all you have to do is spam an ability and you watch my shields go up. It's that easy. And his 4 actually gives you a split second of invincibility when you cast it. So it not only heals your shields, but if your shield gate's broken, he covers your butt while you're feeling your shields. Also Geyer. Geyer basically shield gates you as well. And with an Augur set, it shield gates you on cast and on hit. Pretty groovy. And you can't spam without Noko's Mushroom. Because Noko's Mushroom says you have infinite energy. And I can just do this all day. It's kind of hard to kill me when I'm flickering in and out of invincibility. Just to give you a proper demonstration. Standing in green beams. Like a boss. Auguring does wonders. And Noko's Mushroom you can spam pretty fast. So if you get in a situation like I was just in, you can augur your way out of it with Noko's Mushroom. With just the mushroom. Now, yes, you can be downed. You know, in between the Augurs there is a brief instant where they can hit you. But that's what my pet's for. But yeah. Spamming Augurs works really well. It makes you Warframe ability specific. Because if you're not spamming, you're not alive, pretty much. If anything hits you, you're done. Whereas with this build, you have the same everything, only you're relying mostly on your shields repelling themselves. That's weird. Finally. Alright. So, for this build, when they hit you, you have a really low shield gate, but you have to move quick. Your shields will really quickly repair themselves, but it's not instant. There's a second or two, actually more like almost 3 seconds before you get a full shield gate out of it. So as long as you keep moving, generally you're fine. But if my pack goes down at all, I can just use Master's Call, heal him instantly, and then if I go down, and you can rolling guard if you need to, like I just did there. But shield gating is pretty effective. Its whole basis, though, is that you're not taking a lot of damage. If you're face tanking, you will go down very quickly, like this. Sometimes you don't. So you see how it's clipping into my health? There it goes. And of course, I just res him, and we're good again. Pretty simple. But yeah, between the builds, there's not much difference. I use Arcane Sculptor for this build. You spam mushrooms. Mushrooms give you ability efficiency. That's pretty much all there is. Arcane Expertise for the shield gating, for the parasitic armor build. And then I use Kamasado, sorry, on this one specifically. It works for your little minions. And while I was shield gating, I wasn't showing you part of it. Like if I summon these guys, right? These guys are really good at filling shields. So they take the shield gating build to a whole new level. They also help augur you too, effectively. They fill your shields for both builds, which is why I need those specifically on each build. But for the augur build, I did get rid of them, despite their usefulness. Because I needed to be able to spam my 4. And spamming your 4 while everything takes extra damage. And if you need to heal, I mean, this heals your shields too, so I subsumed the only thing for each build that I could subsume. But yeah, Caliban.